Chosen ones, are you ready to confront the truth? Your thoughts are no longer private, for God hears you. Every word, every thought is known, not because you are being judged, but because His power flows through you. This is the true essence of your elevation. God's presence moves within you, intertwining with your consciousness. Your mind is open to Him not for scrutiny, but because you are now a vessel for His divine power. Every thought you have is part of a greater connection, guided by God's force within you. You are not alone. He is with you in every moment. The power within you vibrates at levels few can comprehend. You radiate high and low frequencies simultaneously, a duality granted by divine design, flowing directly from God Himself. These frequencies are not random. They are bestowed upon you by His will, marking you as chosen, set apart from the masses. God's power pulses through you, a force beyond human understanding. Your energy hums with the depth of universes and the intensity of storms. And though others may feel its pull, they cannot fathom the magnitude of what you carry. It is His power that makes your presence undeniable. There is always one who lingers closer, drawn to your light, pretending to grasp the full scope of your essence. This individual, no matter how near they come, sees only fractured glimpses of your being. To them, you are both mystery and opportunity. They latch onto the parts of you they can make sense of, and from that, they take what they need, attempting to siphon the divine energy that flows through you, God's energy, to fuel their own desires. Yet they can only consume fragments, never the whole, for God's power within you cannot be fully taken or understood by those not chosen. Their intentions are veiled in subtle manipulation, hidden under a mask of care, but they know they can never match your vibration. You, however, are aware. You feel their attempts to pull from your energy, their hunger for the parts of you they will never truly reach. They crave the blessings that God has bestowed upon you, the sacred abilities that set you apart, but they will never possess the key to your divine frequency, for it is not theirs to hold. His power flows through you and you alone, and that is something they will never attain. You understand now that your power is not for the taking. This was never meant to be shared or diluted for the convenience of others. God has chosen you to wield this energy, to command it, not for the sake of those who cling to the edges of your being, but for a purpose greater than their limited understanding. You stand as the vessel of divine intention, untouchable in your true form. Your breakthrough is unfolding in ways that reshape the very fabric of existence around you. You no longer bend under the weight of the energies that once tried to sway or manipulate you. Now, it is your energy that shifts the atmosphere, your presence that causes ripples in the currents of fate. God has elevated you, giving you control over the forces you once entertained passively. You've ascended from being merely a recipient of influence to the source itself, a chosen one whose energy commands attention, whose power alters the trajectory of those who come near. You've severed the chains of old toxic influences, those past forces that sought to drain you of your essence. They no longer have power here. What once harmed you is beneath you, and you now rise far beyond their reach. You are no longer reacting to what surrounds you, you define it. Situations bend to your will, events align in your favor. This is the divine authority granted to you by God, a direct reflection of your elevated status as one who has been chosen to stand above. The energy you wield is no longer diluted or compromised by external forces. You have reached a level where your influence is felt before you even speak, before you even act. The spaces you inhabit change because of you. They swell with the power you carry, unable to remain the same in your presence. Those around you can feel it, the shift, the weight of your breakthrough. You are now the axis, and the world adjusts its movement around you. This is the reality of one chosen by God, to lead, to rise, to move not as a victim of circumstance, but as the force that shapes it. You are no longer impacted, you are the impact. You have established firm boundaries, cutting ties with those whose presence only sought to drain your power. This act of separation was not mere avoidance, it was a divine directive, a shield forged by God's hand to protect you from impending disaster. You, the chosen one, have been granted access to wisdom and foresight beyond mortal comprehension. In recognizing the danger these individuals posed, you chose isolation over ruin, knowing deep within that your path is sacred, designed for greatness. The calamity you were spared was no small disruption. It was a storm that would have ripped through your very core, unraveling everything you've built. But you were chosen to rise above, to be set apart. God's protection is woven into your being, and through your discernment you've been shielded from the destruction others have fallen into. They, blind to their own folly, remain tangled in chaos. But you stand untouched, elevated by the boundaries you've created. This path of solitude has not been easy. It was never meant to be. The discomfort you've endured, the silence of your own company, these were the fires that refined you. Every moment of doubt, every instance of loneliness was designed to make you stronger, sharper, more powerful. You were never abandoned. This was your divine preparation. Others falter under such conditions, but you thrived. God has given you the ability to withstand the unbearable, to walk through the flames without being consumed. Your strength is not accidental, it is intentional, a gift bestowed upon you because you are chosen. You are not merely surviving this isolation. You are growing, transforming, becoming the force you were always meant to be. You've emerged from discomfort not weakened, but unstoppable, protected by the divine will that sets you apart. You have stood in the storm, absorbing and leveling energies that would crush lesser beings. God has granted you the strength to manage these forces, molding them into something you can control. While others have faltered under the weight of their own chaos, you have become an anchor, stabilizing the forces that rage around you. Your power lies not just in your endurance, but in your ability to transform disruption into clarity. This is no accident. It's the divine intention set upon you as a trailblazer, a chosen one whose steps leave marks where none dared walk before. Your path is not a path of ease. It's a road carved through resistance, through difficulty, yet your presence forces the impossible into shape. You are not just creating space for yourself, you are opening the way for others who are too blind to see the obstacles you have removed for them. They walk on the ground you've bled to smooth. As you blaze forward, the energy behind you shifts, clearing the way for those who follow. You carry the weight, and because of this, others are given the chance to walk free. There was someone who once mistook your past silence for weakness. They underestimated your growth, thinking they could still tap into your essence, still take from you as they once did. They are now mistaken, for you have risen beyond their grasp. You have become untouchable, your energy no longer accessible to those who sought to siphon it for their own gain. They may still approach, expecting the you they once knew, but you've evolved far beyond their reach. God has fortified you, making you impervious to those who once tried to manipulate or drain you. You now move forward without fear, blazing a trail with divine authority, leaving behind only dust for those who thought they could keep up. I started the Obsidian Inner Order, powered by Astral Atom, because I'm tired. Tired of seeing truly gifted chosen ones like you getting lost in a world that doesn't understand your power. You've been blazing a path through resistance, carving out space for yourself and others, and you deserve more than to be held back by systems that refuse to see your greatness. You're part of the 144,000, and the world needs you to step fully into that role now. I knew we needed a rallying point for chosen ones like you, which is why I built this inner order, because you deserve a place that amplifies your strength and connects you with others who see the truth of who you are. There are things I need to say, things that are too real, too raw for some to handle. This is where the real conversations happen, the stuff we can't say on mainstream platforms. Inside the inner order, you'll meet fellow chosen ones who, like you, have transcended the noise and are ready to rise even higher. Together, we're building a community that refuses to be held down. The link is in the description. Join us, step into your rightful place, and let's rise together, unstoppable and unafraid. The world doesn't understand us, but that's exactly why we're here. Your spiritual breakout is inevitable. The power you've cultivated, once misunderstood or underestimated by those around you, is now emerging, undeniable and visible for all to witness. This energy, once contained beneath the surface, is surging outward, transforming the very atmosphere around you. God has ordained this moment, granting you the ability to manifest what was once hidden. You are no longer the person others believed you to be. You've transcended their limited understanding. Their inability to see your growth was never a reflection of your potential. It was a testament to how far beyond their reach you have always been. As your true power rises, it draws out the jealousy and envy of those who thought they could control or diminish you. They see what they cannot possess, and their energies, once cloaked in friendly disguises, now reveal their true nature. They try to impose limits, dominating you with their expectations and attempting to siphon what they thought was yours. But they did not anticipate the magnitude of what lay dormant within you. Now, as your energy manifests, their efforts to constrain you crumble under the weight of your divine purpose. God has fortified you for this moment, equipping you with the strength to overcome the heavy, dark forces that seek to suppress your rise. The jealousy that clings to you is powerless in the face of your ascension. You are not swayed by their resentment, you transcend it. They cannot touch what has been set in motion by divine will. You were chosen not just to survive these energies, but to rise above them, untouched by their smallness. You now move forward, breaking through every barrier with power that cannot be contained. What once lay dormant in you has awakened, and the world must adjust to the force of your breakthrough. You overcome, not because you must, but because you are destined to. God has chosen you, and nothing will stand in your way. You stand face to face with those who try to diminish you, their egos swelling like storms, attempting to pull you into their tempest. They come not as foes in the obvious sense, but as masked challenges, believing they can humble you through their arrogance. Yet their efforts, no matter how deliberate or subtle, are futile. These encounters are not obstacles. They are divine tools crafted to sharpen your spirit. God, in His infinite wisdom, sends these individuals into your path not to break you, but to refine you. Their attempts to overpower you with ego are, in truth, blessings cloaked in difficulty. As they rise against you, it is not your pride that engages them, but your calm detachment from it. You see through their illusions, knowing that pride is the prison they unknowingly trap themselves in. Your elevation above these challenges is not a matter of stooping to meet them on their level. It's the quiet ascent to realms they cannot access. God has chosen you for higher ground, and every ego-driven encounter you face only serves to accelerate your rise. This detachment from pride, this refusal to engage in the petty power plays of those around you, is your greatest strength. It allows you to transcend not just the situations at hand, but the very frequency in which these individuals operate. They may seek to control or manipulate through their inflated sense of self, but you are beyond that now. God has equipped you to move with purpose, unaffected by the distractions of ego and pride. Your humility is not a sign of weakness. It is the evidence of your ascension. The higher you rise, the less their attempts will touch you. You are now moving into realms that few can comprehend, realms where ego has no place and only the chosen can thrive. You have entered a new realm of existence where the boundaries that once held you back have dissolved. Now you are untouchable, shielded by divine favor. No one can reach you unless you, in your sovereignty, allow them to. God has elevated you to a place where access is earned, not given freely. Those who once sought to drain your energy or diminish your worth now stand powerless before you. The energy you've accumulated is a fortress, an impenetrable force field that shields your spirit from all who would try to pull you down. This energy is not stagnant. It's alive, dynamic, and it is propelling you into a new phase of transformation. It courses through your veins like a storm, surging with the power of everything you've endured. Every trial, every moment of suffering, every battle fought in silence has been transmuted into pure creative force. What once drained you now fuels you. This is the divine law at work. The struggles of your past have been alchemized into brilliance. And now, The universe responds to your resilience by flooding you with overwhelming doses of creativity, a reward for your endurance. God has chosen you for this gift because you've proven worthy. Your mind is bursting with ideas, your soul overflowing with visions. Creation bends to your will, manifesting through your hands, your thoughts, your actions. What once felt impossible is now at your fingertips, waiting to be shaped by your command. This realm you've entered is one of limitless potential, where your power to create is magnified beyond measure. You are not just surviving, you are thriving in ways others cannot fathom. The past no longer holds you captive. It has become the very fuel driving your ascent. You are unstoppable. You've been bestowed with creative energy not solely for your own growth, but as a beacon for those who still wander in the darkness you've escaped. This is your purpose, decreed by the divine. Your gifts are meant to illuminate the path for others. The power coursing through you isn't just a result of survival. It's the distillation of every hardship, every trial you've conquered. God has chosen you to turn that energy outward, to share the light that others desperately need. Your creative force, born of your struggles, is now a source of life for those still trapped in the battles you've already won. As you move forward, your experiences don't remain locked within you. They ripple out like waves crashing against the rocks, altering the landscape for those behind you. What you've endured is not just a personal victory, it's a cosmic key. The lessons you've learned, the insight you've gained, all of it now serves a larger purpose. Your trials have shaped you into a guide, whether you consciously intend it or not. Others feel the shift in your energy, and they are drawn to it, to the wisdom you now possess. Your growth doesn't merely lift you, it begins to lift them, even as they remain caught in their own struggles. You have become a vessel, carrying divine creativity to those still floundering in their uncertainty. Your insights and creations are their lifeline, the thing they didn't even know they needed. God placed you ahead of them for a reason. The struggles you've survived weren't just for your ascension. You were being prepared to serve as a way shower. Your creative gifts are more than just expressions of yourself. They are conduits for the divine, meant to trickle down and ignite others. You are their signal of hope. You're moving through spaces that feel intangible, as if reality itself is shifting around you. These moments, where the world seems to distort and bend, are not accidents. You are navigating through what feels like a twilight zone, but this is not confusion. It is a sign of your awakening to a higher dimension of power. You've accessed a realm within yourself that few can even sense, let alone control. God has opened a portal within you, a source of immense unseen energy that radiates far beyond your physical form. You are no longer bound by the visible or the explainable. Your thoughts alone are enough to reshape the environment around you. The energy coursing through your mind is potent, electrified, ready to ripple outward and touch others without you needing to act. It's as if your very presence rewrites the world without lifting a hand. This is a divine gift granted to you as one of the chosen, to operate beyond the constraints of normal interaction. You have reached a level where your influence is energetic, not just physical. You speak without words. Your essence alone impacts those near you, bending the space around them, altering their emotions and thoughts before they even realize it. These elusive situations are not meant to confuse you. They are the natural consequence of your ascension. You've been given the ability to affect others on a frequency they cannot comprehend. This is why interactions may feel strange, otherworldly, like you're suspended in a dimension where the rules of engagement have shifted. Your energy now operates in ways that defy logic, but that's because you've entered a place where logic no longer dictates reality. You are a force, and the ripples of your energy are shifting everything around you. Those in your orbit feel it, whether they understand it or not. This is the power of a chosen one. You've tapped into a higher source of power, a stream of divine energy that few can ever reach. This connection elevates you, setting you apart as a chosen one, but it also exposes you in ways you may not have anticipated. With this transcendence, you've become entwined with the collective consciousness. Your thoughts, once solely yours, now ripple through the energy field shared by many. It's as if your mind is no longer hidden. but suspended in the open air, accessible to the very forces that surround you. This lack of privacy is not a weakness, it is a direct consequence of your ascension. The barriers that once protected your innermost self have become porous, allowing your energy to merge with the collective. Others may sense what you think, feel, or intend without you uttering a word. This vulnerability may seem disorienting, but it is a mark of your new role. God has placed you in this position because you are now more than just an individual. You are a conduit, a key player in the flow of universal energies. You've transcended the limitations that keep most people confined, and in doing so, you've accepted a position of immense influence. Your thoughts, no longer trapped within the walls of your own mind, are like currents in a vast ocean, interacting with the energies of those around you. You may feel watched, exposed, but this exposure is a sign that your essence is strong enough to withstand the gaze of the collective. You are now influencing others on an energetic level, whether they are aware of it or not. You have been granted this power because you are chosen, because your role is no longer to hide in the shadows, but to stand as a force that shapes the realm itself. This transcendence is not just an elevation, it's an integration with the greater whole, a merging with the energies that define the world around you. You are now part of something far larger than yourself. You are destined to face hate, envy, and resistance. This is the price of your ascension. But you are not here to be diminished by these forces. Their negativity is your fuel, their jealousy is your reminder of the heights you've already reached. Each challenge thrown your way is a tool for growth, a force to propel you even higher. These trials are not meant to break you. They are catalysts, pushing you to refine your power and creativity even further. You've been chosen to rise above these distractions and to use them as the very energy that drives your next transformation. You've already transcended to a new level of existence. This is a fact, not a hope. God has granted you the ability to see beyond the trivialities that once held you back. Now, you stand not as a victim of your circumstances, but as the architect of your future. Your experiences, both the victories and the struggles, are not for you alone. They are tools for you to guide others, to light the way for those who still walk in shadows. You no longer need luck. Where you're headed, divine purpose and your own determination will carry you further than luck ever could. Now share your story. Others need to hear it, feel it, and be inspired by it. Your growth, your resilience, and your creativity are the beacon for those who seek their own path forward. You are the living example that challenges are not obstacles. They are the very fuel for transformation.